What's going on, everyone? So this video is for those who have products in Canada, or perhaps you have products being manufactured in Canada and you'd like to sell it in the US. And for those of you who have received a shipping quote, shipping from Canada to the US can get real pricey really quickly. So this method that I'm showing you, it's quite affordable. It's a method that I use to do Amazon FBM. So I don't store any of my products in the US. I store them all in Canada. When I sell a product in the US, I just use this method to get it over the border and send it directly to the consumer, and it saves me a lot of money. So I'm just going to jump right into it, show my screen, and show you guys what I mean. So we've got different companies. Cross-border pickups here is one of them, but there's also Chit Chat Express, Stallion Express, and these are just companies that are here in my area, in Toronto area. And basically what these companies offer is a service that takes your product over the border, and they do this without any additional fees, or you don't have to do any of the customs work, as long as the product is priced less than 800 US dollars. And they'll take over your product over the border at a very minimal fee. And then this way, what you can do is you can ship the product from a US address to a US address, and it'll save you a lot of money. So the reason I say this is because if you ship from Canada and the moment it crosses the border, shipping just becomes 3-4 times the amount. Whereas if you're shipping from a zip code, a US address, right, to another US address, it's a lot cheaper. So what they do is they give you a US address. So this is what their fulfillment center is. And when they bring over your product to the US, this is where my product lands because it's probably the closest to where I reside. So I'm going to show you guys how you can do it. So you just go ahead, click single shipments if it's just one piece that you're sending out. And then if you'd like postage, you can click yes. And if you don't, you click no. If you click no and you don't need postage because you already have a prepaid shipping label, for instance, getting it over the border is going to cost you, for my product at least, it weighs about 6 pounds. It costs me $1.50 to just take it over the border. So it's really cheap. And then if you do require postage, you can click yes. So if this is, you're shipping to a customer directly into the US from Canada and you don't want to store it in the US, you can use this method. So I went ahead and I got a random McDonald's address here. So we're going to go ahead and just enter that information and see what we get. So I'm just going to pause it. Okay, so my product is about 24 by 12 by 3 and it weighs approximately 6 pounds. And then I'll just write an example here. And then my product is turkey made. So I'm going to send one piece of that, and the value is approximately $50. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a quote here. So let's see how much. So you can see that here it gives me the cheapest price of $13. So this $13 is to get the product over the border and to have it shipped to this address in New York, from where I reside in Toronto. So this is generally how much. If I went to directly on UPS, it would be a little bit more than this. This is probably because the company have preferred rates with UPS, so they give them better pricing. But if I were to go directly on UPS and get a quote, it would probably be closer towards $70, $80, $90. Whereas if I do it through cross-border, I'm looking at about $13. So this could really help you out, whether you're doing FBA, FBM, you're doing Shopify, or whatever you're doing. If you live in Canada and you'd like to start selling in the US, this really makes it doable. So I hope this helped you guys. If it did, I would appreciate if you guys subscribe, click that follow button, and I'll see you guys in my next video.